Hi, my name is Molly McGee, and I'm a fourth-year environmental studies student at UCSB.
Hi, my name is Ava Mills, and I'm a third-year environmental studies and sociology major.
And for our Eli project, we decided to put together a series of Isla Vista Fix-It fairs. So going into our project, our motivation was tackling overconsumption, and we've personally seen in our lives, in our community, the impacts of overconsumption and materialism and constantly buying new items and the amount of waste it produces and resource extraction. And so we wanted to take a community-centered approach to that, promoting repair, don't replace, and working together to reduce consumption and extend the lifespan of products.
And so the ultimate solution that we landed on was Fix-It fairs, and these events were volunteer-driven and community-based and focused on repairing items and prolonging the lives of things that people already owned instead of consuming more. When we first began our project, our SMART goal was to put on 3 Fix-It fairs throughout the current academic school year and to also establish the event as a permanent thing that would continue moving forward once we finished this course. And we decided to measure the success of the events that we put on by tracking the number of people that attended and the number of items that were repaired at each event. And then our overall mountaintop goal was to disrupt norms of overconsumption throughout Santa Barbara County. And we really wanted to instill values of community, repair, and reuse within our communities.
So a little bit about the Fix and Fairs in action. At each event, we had bike repair, skateboard repair, clothing repair, jewelry repair. We even had someone come and do watch repair, which was really awesome, and then also instrument repair. And beyond repair, we also at each event had a free Dr. Bronner's soap refill station for people to forget the plastic and bring their own jar to refill. We had an upcycled clothing station where people could bring clothes or take free clothes that were donated and stamp them with local art made by volunteers, just giving a new life to the clothing. We had a free swap where people could donate what they no longer use and take whatever they need, and just making sure items stayed within the community and were recircled. And then a DIY repair station where people could go, and we had all the materials because not everyone has all the glues or tools to fix things themselves, and you don't really even need all your own tools, but we had a station where people could access those tools and get help from volunteers learning how to fix them themselves.
And this is just a quick look at some of the organizations that we worked with, and we could not have put these events on without their support. So with our events, we chose to target 3 major forms of impact. The first was just waste reduction. So that was reducing the physical number of items that were going to the landfill by repairing them. The second was building community, and this included just encouraging collaboration with our local community members and bringing neighbors together, empowering them to get new skills and reduce their waste. And the last was a greater challenge of consumption patterns and how people view what they're consuming and encouraging them to just change the ways that they consume. Here's a look at the numbers that we had for each event. Overall, we repaired 456 items. That was for the fall, winter, and spring event. And we involved about 50 volunteers and 7 organizations at each event.
So this is just some of our favorite photos from the events. One of my favorite parts of this is seeing how excited people were, not just people coming who were so grateful to have their items have their items repaired. And some things it would be like their great grandmas or things they really held on to, and they just didn't have the skills to repair themselves, but they not only got it repaired, but got to learn some of these skills. And also seeing how excited our volunteers were. A lot of our volunteers volunteered with us at the first fair and came back for all 3 fairs, and we're so excited every quarter to know when we were going to put it on and how they could contribute and be involved.
So we gained a lot of different new skills and took away a lot of lessons from this event. One of the key ones that I think I gained was communication and the importance of just being really clear and as honest and reliable as possible, between Molly and I, with our teachers, with our mentor, and with everyone we were working with. It was just really important to always be as open and communicative as possible. A second leadership skill that I think we both took away was the importance of maintaining our vision and our long-term goals. I think it was really easy to get caught up in the day-to-day stress of this project, but we both knew that our overall long-term goal was to change consumption patterns and reduce waste, and we tried to maintain that.
Another leadership goal that we learned was flexibility. Often things would not always go as planned. People would not be able to come last minute. We wouldn't be able to get materials in time. Or just within the chaos of an event, there's a lot going on. It's easy to get overwhelmed, but just being able to be flexible and resourceful and kind of change and work our event around what is feasible. And then another leadership goal we learned was collaborating. This was truly a whole community effort. It was amazing to see how many different groups were involved and how excited people were. And it wasn't just us running the show, it was trying to get people involved and all work together to make this possible. And then one of our last most important leadership goals was feedback. This was really important to us, especially because it was such a community-led event. After every event, we would send out feedback surveys, and we really wanted everyone to tell us how they felt about it, if they were supported, what they think would work better, or what any ideas they had. And for a lot of them, we would implement those. So one of our first feedback we got was that some of the volunteers really wanted to see like an time before the event where they could all mingle and get to know each other. And so at our spring and winter events, we had a bunch of food and we invited all the volunteers to come and get to know each other and spend time together. So that was really awesome to see. And then for the longevity of the project, we created a really easy and well thought out how-to document on how we put this together, the flow of the events, who we contacted, how we advertised. We worked closely with the Zero Waste Committee activities coordinators because this is something we shared with them and they really want to continue on in the next coming years. Another way we continue the longevity of the project is media recognition. We were featured in an article in the Santa Barbara Independent, which I think is really special because it's important to hear about events like this. I know what inspired me to do this was going to an event like this in my hometown. And I think just hearing about people working together to fix things and promote sustainability is really inspiring. So seeing that in the Independent was awesome. And then external interest, we actually got contacted by people from the Santa Barbara Public Library and people from the city of Goleta. And we met with both them and told them how we did this and shared our documents and how we put all this together. And hopefully we're going to be seeing more Fix It fairs in Santa Barbara and all over.
And then just going back to the feedback that we received, some of the attendees left some really sweet comments. And these are just some quotes from those documents. Someone found out that a bike they worked on, the owner of the bike was going to be their neighbor. Someone else learned to darn knit, grew doing repairs. So there was just a lot of skill development and community building that went on at our events. And it was a great event. And thank you so much for watching and your time.